Hello, nerdlings.
Hey, nerdlings.
So, yeah, we just finished up VisionCon, and I mean totally just finished up because not only am I wearing the same shirt that I was wearing there at day 3 of it, but it's finally time to be free.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Or you gotta keep yours on.
I'm gonna keep mine on for a little while
So
longer.
it was kind of funny because they did just give us the
Yeah,
bracelets.
they didn't do badges or anything.
Yeah, not this year. I guess they have before. But they assured us that these were waterproof and we could wash our hands and shower with them.
We didn't really believe them.
And yeah, the thing is, they really were because I showered, I washed my hands, and yeah, this thing held up like a champ. So cool.
And it's one of those things, I was actually thinking it was going to be like, oh yeah, waterproof is in like it can get wet, it feels like wet paper, but then it dries out okay. But no, I mean like water, like it never got wet or anything. I was very impressed.
So, of course, we hit the floor quite a bit, and we picked up a lot of stuff.
3 days worth of shopping, guys.
Oh, man.
You know I was excited, and my pack
Yeah.
horse was having a great time.
It was great. But fortunately, with that whole pack horse thing, we had the Expandable Bags, the Nuka-Cola Girl,
The girls on the other side.
and the Legend of Zelda one.
I got compliments on these. People were like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. That is an amazing idea. And it's like, yep, I know, because they fold right up, put in your purse or bag or whatever. And
Of course, she did not get as many compliments on those as she did
on my bag of holding.
the Con Survival bag,
Yeah, this is
isn't
the
it?
Bag of Holding Con Survival Edition. And it was funny because obviously there's a lot of people out there who've been curious about it, but have never got it. So I was actually modeling my bag a lot. A lot of people I was having to open it up and show them each individual pocket and everything, and how versatile and function it is and everything. And
knowing how cool people thought it was and how much they wanted to see it, maybe in the future we'll give you guys a closer look.
Yeah.
That way you can decide if it's a bag that you need for
I
your
will
holding.
point out real quick before we put the bag away. This, I'm guessing, is maybe an umbrella holder over here because it's just solid. But I bought 2 different weapons, sword weapons there, and it became my sheath. So it actually worked out well. I didn't know what that pocket was actually for, but it became a sword and nice sheath.
You see, totally versatile.
Oh yeah, totally!
Alright, so what's one of the first things you picked
That
up?
being said, this was one of the weapons that I had in there. This is a wooden handmade demon blade from Supernatural, and it is very pokey and pointy. I actually broke the tip off of it a little bit because I forgot it was in my bag, and I put my bag down, and but I mean a millimeter broke off. But anyway, it's all wood, which is really impressive because it is uber light, and it feels like it should be hollow, but it's all solid. And the people who did this weapon, we saw them at Dragon Fest, and I bought the witch blade, or the angel blade from them. And they do screen accurate. Will you stop distracting me?
I'm demonstrating.
You're making it very hard for me to get this out. Anyway, they make it screen accurate. They would freeze on frame, and they would like measure from the height of the actual person on the scene. So this is exactly how big it really is, even though it's made out of wood. On the show. That was all I was trying to get out that you made me drag out for very, very long. The second weapon that I got is from, I believe it's called Oak Armoury. They do a lot of foam weapons, and if you've seen any of my other videos, I am obsessed with foam weapons for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think because they're light and they don't hurt. Well, I mean, they could hurt if I... Oh. But this is an orc sword, and there was one more I have my eye on, but luckily I have seen them at conventions. I talked about them, I think, on our Central Missouri, because I bought a little bone dagger from them. They're in Kansas City Ren Fair, so I was saving it for the other Ren Fair, because sometimes it's fun to buy a weapon at the Ren Fair and walk around with it. And it is wrapped in real leather.
And they look great, and they feel great,
They really
too.
do. They are LARP quality, so you can't actually go out and start whacking people with them. They are durable enough that you can, and I mean, they had long swords, broadswords, all kinds.
And it has a nice
knives.
solid center too, just so you know, so it's not like, despite how that probably looked, but
It's
I mean,
not
it's actually not like real flimsy or anything.
Yeah, it's not Kit Harington getting on his sword after fighting off some White Walkers and his sword going flopping in the wind. Everyone loves that little scene that made it in and didn't become an outtake. And that being said, because I have so many foam weapons, and I bought this time, I kind of regretted not buying it last time we were there, but a protective like wet silicone that you spray over it, because they will dry out. So you spray this on there just a little bit and kind of wipe them down. It kind of re-moistens them.
It helps to maintain the quality. And when we spoke to the gentleman there, actually, he said this is not just for your weapons, but anything that you have that's foam rubber, latex.
Like at Halloween, there's a lot of the latex mummies and zombies and bats and stuff. And
other props, masks, he even said.
Latex masks.
Unfortunately, we have this great Evil Dead 1 and 2 DVD collection that came in a Necronomicon latex case. And it's too late because it's been splitting apart and everything.
We didn't realize that you could do stuff like that for it. So that's why I went ahead and bought it this time. He did say you could buy this at like your local hardware store, and it's just liquid silicone. So if you didn't want to buy it from them, but I'm lazy and it was right there. So
But the tip is, if you do get into foam weapons, or if you have any other foam latex stuff around the house in your collection, it might be a good idea to pick some of this up anyway, just to be able to protect
your stuff.
And I will try to remember to put a link in the description, but I know that this is from Epic Armoury, so at least you can go there and get an idea of exactly what you're looking for and order from them, or from your local store if you want.
Yeah, your local hardware store, whatnot. Then we visited this really cool booth that this lady takes. She gets online and finds a bunch of really fun, nerdy fabrics and makes bags, purses, tablet bags, makeup bags. So I got me a couple that I just thought were really cool. This was neat. It was like an animated version of the Beetlejuice movie.
But an animated version of the movie, not images from the animated series.
Yes, that's why I was saying movie. And it's kind of the same on both sides. You can just see more scenes from one side or the other. And the thing I really liked about it is I love the receptionist chick, because I love when she talks about, I wouldn't have had my little accident. So I love, she cracks me up. So anyway, they're just simple bags, and she matches a neat interior to them that kind of goes along with it, and they're machine washable. So I just thought that was neat. Because they're different kinds of material, pattern and everything, some of the materials, this one's like fuzzier and softer than this one. This one's more of like a t-shirt material, and this one's like a fuzzy one. But I like this one because it's all the fun, not even DC or Marvel specific, it's like just fun women from DC and Marvel. But I liked it because it had like my Scarlet Witch and Wonder Woman and Phoenix.
Just all kinds of super ladies together.
And you've got, Jubilee over here, Fantastic Four. I can never remember the girl from DC that does the magic chick.
Is it Zartan, or is that Tana?
Zatanna, yes. I don't know why I remember
I think
her.
I'm thinking Zartan from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, but I can't remember her name. But so they mixed, DC, and then we got, maybe Captain America on the inside of that one. And then this one, I'm not really all that into Pokemon. I just never got into it. But I thought this was freaking adorable, because it's Pokemon dressed up as other characters. So I just thought it was cute because you've got, I don't know, is that Charizard? I think that's Charizard in there, and he's dressed like Toothless. You've got, it's not Pikachu, but the other version of Pikachu. Pichu, and he's Link. And then is that Mew? One of the versions of Mew?
Mew as Sailor Moon.
And then you've got Squirtle as a Ninja Turtle, and I mean, it's just I just thought it was a really cute pattern. So I was like, who cares if I'm not really into Pikachu or Pokemon or anything? You got a nice little leaf pattern on the inside of it. But I just thought that was cute. You can never have, as a female, you can never have too many bags.
And of course, the size, I mean, they would be great as like pencil bags. Obviously, putting your smartphone in there. I have a larger phone, so it would be great for this, and it would keep it nice and safe.
Some of the Kindles are small enough that you could probably put your Kindle in there. It's a great cord bag if you're traveling. You can put the different cords to different, like your phone or your iPad or your tablet or whatever.
But they're very versatile, which is nice. And then, of course, with that, fun, nerdy print, which you don't often see.
Yes.
So that makes it a little more fun.
My problem in this booth was I had to stop because I kept like, I was like, no, I don't need that many bags.
She could have picked enough bags to have a different one every day for the month.
I could have. There was fun like sushi. Of course, sushi, for some reason, you put a face on sushi, they're always adorable. There was
the fact that they're going to be eaten.
Because they're happy because they're going to be eaten, and then I eat them, and then I'm happy. But there was that.
Logic.
I know. There was Donkey Kong. There was Star Wars, Nar Wars. It was narwhals dressed up like Star Wars characters.
So
yeah, there was
the
a
point
bunch of fun
being,
ones.
if you ever see a booth like that has nerdy prints on, bags and everything, don't just pass it by because there's so much fun stuff there, and you never know what kind of cool stuff you'll see. I was especially a fan of the animated movie Beetlejuice characters.
And one more thing we got from
I
this
also
booth.
liked the pillow that she did. Oh, well, it's a little plain
These
on
are
there.
all handmade, by the way.
But this is for flinging curses.
Literally, he was flinging curses at.
Yeah,
at
isn't
me
this
and our
great?
little Padawan.
So I've got the death curse that I could throw at the cat anytime I want, or if anyone's driving me nuts or something. Avada Kedavra!
Oh, ow! It was a little hard. I didn't think he was really gonna hit me. Or when we have annoying neighbors or annoying friends come over and we get tired of them, we can just get out of my house.
But something kind of neat is she made it to where you can very easily get to the pillow.
Yes.
So you can remove the pillow and wash the pillowcase.
Yep.
And, sometimes when you find pillows made at cons and festivals and everything.
Yeah, they're not as easily accessible, or they have stuff on them that you don't want to wash. She made sure that everything of hers was functional and washable, which I love.
Where's that cat at?
I don't know. He's around here somewhere. But anyway, and then something, there was a bunch of, one of the things that VisionCon likes to do is display or talk about local artists and authors and creators and stuff like that. So there was, I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but there was a local artist there, Shane Moore, and I actually won this book. We went to one of his Q&A panels, and at the end they were drawing tickets. Here's my winning ticket. I kept in there. But he was giving away coffee mugs and books and CDs because he actually had been asked by some famous artists to write music for them and everything, which is really cool. This is book number 2 in his series, and I think he's got like 3 or 4 different series and everything. But he signed it for me down here. He goes, "It's not worth anything." And I was like, "Oh, don't say that. It might be someday."
Hey, give it time. You never know.
So I thought that was neat. The only thing him and I are really into audiobooks right now, and we were kind of bummed that he didn't have any audiobooks of his, because some of the other local artists actually had commissioned audiobooks, so we thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I really like that because the work that I do, it's very easy for me to still do my work but listen to audiobooks, and I'm actually able to get through quite a bit of audiobooks because I have a lot of time to listen to them. And so anyone that has an audio version of their book, I mean, I'm almost immediately sold on that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that print is dead.
No, we love print. It's just we don't have the time anymore.
Yeah,
it's the commute back and forth from work.
It's
and
so nice to be able
life.
to do like mundane tasks at work while listening to a story.
Sometimes even while I'm cooking dinner and he's off working on some of these videos, I'll listen to audiobooks while I'm making dinner and everything. So we did actually have an artist tell us, and you guys let us know in the comments below if you've done this or not. But apparently if you have a Kindle, you can have your Kindle read anything to you. Any one of your Kindle books, the Kindle will read it to you. And we don't have a Kindle, so let us know in the comments below. Do you have a Kindle? Have you tried this option? What does it sound like? Is it robotic?
We're very curious about that part, because just because it can read it to you, it doesn't mean that it can emote it to you.
Yeah.
And, it might not be as fun
Maybe
listening to a book that
the dog ran
sounds
down
like it's
the road.
reading
I want to see what you're
instructions.
doing. So anyway, yeah, there's that. And then another thing, and it's got some of our other little pamphlet stuff I stuck in there for safekeeping. But
a lot of the pamphlets and business cards from all the places we like to collect, because then we like to follow up on them afterwards.
We don't lie to you guys. If any of you guys are watching this video, we don't lie when we pick your card up and say we're going to take a closer look at you, because we actually really do.
But it's always great to be able to have their card to quickly access their website, see some of their other work. And again, with some of the authors, it's a great way to follow up on their books and everything. For instance, if a couple months go by and you forget this is the second one, then it's easy to get in there on his website, find out what the first one was, and start things proper.
Yep. And they had, obviously, it's a nerd convention, so there was a lot of booths with different comic books and graphic novels, and so obviously I had to pick me up a graphic novel I had not yet been able to find for myself yet, just because I'm lazy and haven't got off of Amazon. But he started me off because I love Phoenix, and so for my birthday a couple years ago, he had been getting me the the compilations of all of the books that had Phoenix in them, so that I didn't have to search them out. And this was one of them that I needed to get. And
what's always nice about the graphic novels is that you can get that complete storyline in one place instead of trying to track down 5 or 6 different comics. And another nice thing about the cons is that there's always great deals for comic books. I mean, I saw so many boxes with $1.50 comics and everything. Some were priced as marked, but even the ones that were priced as marked, a lot of times people there were having show sales. And I'm pretty sure that we did not get this for 10. I think that we got this for 5. I think this was
and
a
on the
half
back
price
it retails $19.99. So yeah, we got this a lot, and I like doing this. And I'm sorry, nerds, if I make anybody mad, but I'm not a comic book collector. I just like to read them. So that's why I like these, because I don't have to go out and search out comic books. I just want to read the stories. So, you know, I guess, spoiler alert, I don't collect comics. He collects comics. But, you know, I just like to read the stories. So I like the fact that they...
Look at that.
Oh, that's an awesome page.
Yeah. Oh, we got some White Queen getting mad there. Because she's in bed with Scott. Real quick, what's the deal? Why did every Marvel girl want to get with Scott Summers?
I know, he wasn't even that great.
Yeah,
Where's the Gambit love?
But anyway, as you can see, wonderful art in these, and you know, part of the fun of getting the books, just to have all that art one place.
Yes. I picked up some fun. One was a plushie, one is kind of a plushie. But I, you know, me and my dragons, I love my dragons. So I got this cute little baby dragon, and lots of people loved him. He rode inside my bag with his little head sticking out and everything. So yeah, he's adorable. Loved his little like white skin, blue accents and everything. But yeah.
Lots of compliments.
Yeah,
on
I got
him.
lots of compliments.
He's a very
on him.
soft. It's like felt.
Yeah, it's like a fuzzy pajama, babe, like little kid pajama material and everything. And then I got like this other really cool dragon. To me he looks like a fox in the face, so it's like he's like a completely weird mythical creature. I think he's like a fox dragon, but he's 100% posable and his wings are posable. But the cool thing about him, like, you know, I like to have him like just kind of hanging out there. He's like, hey, what's up? What's going on?
Now, the really neat thing about the plushies that we saw at VisionCon were the fact that they were very abnormal. Not in a bad way either.
Yeah.
Because the same booth that we got this guy at.
And this is all both of these are 100% handmade. They didn't buy them somewhere.
They had some fun sushi cats where it would be a cat
adorable.
Either riding a piece of sushi or vice versa. The sushi was on him. Something really cool were Voltron cats. So they had a bunch of these really cutesy looking cats, and they had, you know, the Voltron color themes, you know, especially like from the helmets and everything.
And then they had the one, the when they were all together. They had the individual Voltron pieces, cats dressed up, and then the one Voltron when it's all together.
And then with this booth, they just had a lot of really fun creatures, like plush creatures.
None of them were. Nothing was a normal creature.
Yeah, it wasn't like normal animals.
There was no like dragon, rabbit, fox. They were all like weird, like combined.
It was kind of like stuff almost pulled out of a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah.
You know, because it was very brightly colorful or colored.
You
but
can see this one's, you know, pink with like orange.
They would also have like very long legs or very pronounced features on them. So, and that was really cool because you don't typically see stuff like that.
So I really liked him, and they weren't that expensive. I think both of these were like $15 a piece,
which is not bad at all when they're handmade and they look as great as they do.
Yeah, they really do. They're. Here, you on the way home?
I don't know.
I know his wing pokes him in the
throat. He gets a
little. He doesn't like that. And also, y'all know I love my Lego figs, and I got quite a few of those. There was quite a few booths that had a bunch of Lego figs in them, and whenever he would see them, he'd go, uh-oh, because we'd end up spending like 10-15 minutes at a time looking at the different Lego figures and everything.
Just line them up
just
right
line them
here.
up, and then we'll talk about them.
But then at the end of the video, I'm going to try and put together a little slideshow and let
so
you guys
definitely
get
make sure you stick to
look.
the end. But to start off the bat, I had to get his Lego figure. We have a Negan, and our little Padawan actually pointed out, how come there's no barbed wire on his bat? And it's like, yeah, That is a good point. I'll have to take some silver paint and draw a little barbed wire on there. But anyway, we got a fun Negan. What do you think, guys? We got Negan right here.
One of her favorite from the X-Men franchise is the White Queen herself,
Yes,
Emma
I
Frost.
love Emma Frost.
And we got the version here. I think there was one where she was in her diamond skin already, so it was like the clear Lego wherever her skin would be showing through, which was neat. But you had to go with the classic there.
And add to my Catwoman collection, which when we finally do my room tour, you will see that I absolutely love Catwoman. She is my favorite. Followed very, very closely by Wonder Woman. It's kind of a toss-up between which one of those two DC women are my favorite. But anyway, my favorite Catwoman of all time is the one from the 60s TV show, Julie Newmar. There it is. Julie Newmar, because there were 3 different Catwomans in the 60s TV show, but Julie Newmar was my favorite. Absolutely love that one.
They had a bunch of fun horror-themed ones.
Yes, they did.
And I believe we already have Freddy and Jason.
We have Freddy and Jason and Ash.
So we went ahead and went with Pinhead this time, and he's even got his little puzzle box, which is just fantastic. And his face does have all of the little pins and needles in them.
Another thing that I collect is I collect Princess Leia figures, and so I have 2 of Princess Leia from the original movies. So I figured I would go and get me a old Leia or General Leia, whichever you want to call her. But
all right, make her fly through space.
She's not wearing the right outfit. She can't do that.
Fair enough.
That was terrible.
Well, let me skip into the middle here, just to show off, I believe because she picked up the Santa Claus Captain America recently.
I did not. I had no idea there was Santa Claus Legos out there. And I actually didn't get around to getting him, but they had a Christmas Chewbacca. He was all white, and his little bandolier thingy had like red and green on it, and I completely forgot to go get him, but
we've got Christmas Harley. So she's got her little Santa hat on.
So it's kind of one of those things I didn't know that now I'm trying to find and collect the Christmas Lego figure people. And we have a probably newest addition out there because since Ryan Reynolds literally just did it a couple of months ago, but the Bob Ross Deadpool, they are now making Bob Ross Deadpool Lego figure, and it is hilarious. It's, you've got Bob Ross's hair, paint, everything. It's hilarious. We actually even saw someone cosplaying.
If you watch our VisionCon video, just kind of showing us out on the floor and everything, and the cosplayers we saw, you should be able to see a Bob Ross Deadpool.
Yeah, I actually was trying to catch him, but I couldn't catch him because I wanted him to hold my figure and take a picture, but I couldn't do that.
She's also a fan.
I love my Poison Ivy. Love her. And
so she added 2 more.
2 different versions of Poison Ivy. We've got, just like her general look to her. And then this one's kind of a more dressed up version. Her hair is a little bit more styled. She's got a flower and leaves in her hair, where this one just kind of has leaves in her hair. She's got a really fancy, pretty little dress on. Obviously, both Poison Ivies have the ivy coming out of her and everything, and of course, all of the Lego figures, which I love to always check, is the 2 different faces. I think it's really cute and clever that they do that. So that's something I always do the minute I get a hold of my Lego figs.
Now, these weren't even all of the toys that you got.
No, I did pick up some little. I don't know what these are. Like, they're not Dorbs. They're not. I don't know who they're from. But anyway, I got a actual crystallized or diamond Emma Frost, and she's a little bobblehead. But I just thought that was really neat. I've never seen this one before, actually. And then to continue on the Princess Leia collection, I had to get Princess Leia, and she's also a bobblehead. But she's not as good a bobblehead as that one is. She doesn't bobble that well. I've seen her before, and I've seen the bombshells before, but typically they're in the mystery bins, and I don't want to pay. And I think those things usually run at like $15 when you find them at Walmart or whatever.
They seem a little pricey.
They are, especially for not knowing what you're going to get. And I don't like all the bombshells. I only want a couple of them. And so I like when people have them out. And so I got another Catwoman, the bombshell Catwoman to add to my collection.
Which looks really nice.
Yeah, she does
and
look
her,
good. And
stockings and her little cat.
I love that the
cat's
cat's
tail
with her.
coming around
She's
her.
got a little diamond in her hand there. They had a bombshell Wonder Woman, which I've been looking for, but he wanted, I think, still $10 for her, and she had ink all over her face, like some little kid had drawn on her.
I think that was the majority of the toys.
That was the majority of the toys.
That you got.
I also got a VisionCon shirt. He got a VisionCon shirt too, but they had to mail it to him because they ran out of the sizes there.
They actually ran out a lot of sizes for the shirts because they were taking orders later in the day on the third day to kind of fulfill those. But that was cool that they were doing that. It wasn't like, oh, well, sorry, we're out of that size, you're out of luck. So I did like that they were willing to do that.
Yes. And then we hit one booth pretty hard. They had a bunch of stuff that I really, really liked. The first thing that we got from them were 2 goblets for us to drink out of. Oops, I got them backwards. Unless you're going with the new Doctor, because they say Time Lord and Companion on there. So maybe right now
That's
it should
fine.
be this way.
I could be a Captain Jack.
Maybe we should put some Captain Jack in there.
Ah.
But anyway, I thought these were pretty. I've always loved cobalt glass, and they're etched really, really pretty and everything.
Yeah, they look really nice.
Yeah. And then also from the same booth, I picked up some what were these, D60s?
Yes.
I have never seen D60s before, but then again, I'm not a real big, I don't play D&D or a lot of, games that require specific dice. The only games I ever play that use dice are the 6 dice, D6s.
Well, I think we do play a couple of things that use different kind of die, but typically we're not usually over a D12 or a D20.
Yeah.
So these were more just for fun.
Yeah, these were really
So
just for fun.
Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they roll. There's hardly any sides to these things.
Whoa. Let's just keep rolling. Oh no, that was kind of some interference on their part. That's total interference.
It doesn't want to stop. It still doesn't want to stop. Okay, I got 12.
I got 32.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Abracadabra!
Okay. Anyway, also from this booth, they were these people were really neat. They were wood carvers and wood burners, I guess you would call it. They burned images into wood and everything, and they actually work at Silver Dollar City in the wood shop, which was kind of neat. It was kind of funny. We kind of forgot that we were in Branson. So somebody would say something about Silver Dollar City or something kind of locally-esque, and we're like, oh wait, we are in Branson. It is kind of local stuff.
And real quick, for anybody who doesn't know, Silver Dollar City is a 1800s pioneer theme park.
Yes.
And so everything that you see there, it's all done up, like cabins and shops, things that you would have seen in the 1880s, which is really cool. They have a lot of modern rides and everything. No, they're not pulled by mules or anything like that. They're high-tech roller coasters, but it's always a lot of fun to go there, which means it's even more fun whenever you find vendors from there out and about.
Honestly, I would be surprised if you're a theme park enthusiast or roller coaster enthusiast. I would actually be really surprised if you've never heard of Silver Dollar City, because they actually do have some innovative roller coasters that people do come to Silver Dollar City just for the roller coasters. They're the only wooden roller coaster in the world that has a corkscrew in it. That's the Outlaw Run.
Definitely check them out if you get a chance. Sick. Kind of. I've got a full house here.
But yeah, I really like them because they're painted, but it's kind of like a distressed paint, like a muted kind of paint. But it's neat. They just have the one little magnet on the back of them and everything. But we thought that would be fun for our game room and everything. Put on the front door or something. But there's those, and then they also did Ferry Doors, which I love. I have a fairy garden, and I love dressing it up and everything. Different holidays, every holiday there's a different theme for it. But I got a fun little pirate door. Thought that was neat. It's huge, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look at the size
it's
of
pretty
this
awesome.
thing.
It's got treasure, though. It's pretty cool. And then since my fairy garden is actually in the game room, I thought it was kind of fitting to have a game room.
Which looks so awesome.
Game room fairy door.
Yeah, look at that Hillian crest on there.
Yeah, and I love
just
the wood, the different.
Yeah, the old style door. It looks so cool.
And then the last magnet I got from them, I got this one. I mean, I do like Firefly, but I'm not like a huge Firefly fan, so it's not like, oh my gosh, I gotta find anything Firefly. I just thought this one because it was a cute tongue-in-cheek. It's a firefly in a jar. And it is a magnet, but I just thought that was so cool.
You see what they did there?
Yeah. But the person who made this said he thinks that it glows in the dark. He said, I was outside, I was painting, I was trying to mix it. I don't know if I got the mix right. So he's like, I think it glows in the dark. You'll have to let me know later. So we'll have to check on that later. And then something else that they do that's really fun is they make these wooden book boxes, which we got 3 different ones here. And the fun thing, whoops, pops open. They're they look like a book and everything. I've got a Hufflepuff one, and then we bought I just thought this chick was cool. She's just some like neat warrior chick. And I asked him, I'm like, is this anybody in particular? And he goes, no, I think it was a spirit costume picture, and I just thought she looked cool, so I etched her on there. And I'm like, yeah, well, she does look cool. And then we got Necronomicon.
Yeah, so, if you don't want to get so messy as to have your Book of the Dead bound in human flesh, check it out. Now you can bind it in wood. But like she said, they have a nice little locking mechanism on the side. You just slide it over, and they pop open.
And some of them, like this one and this one, the slides are real loose in there, so they kind of pop open real easy. That one sticks really well. And it's funny, he said, like this one doesn't say it, but this one he had to put the word slide in here, he said, because people weren't figuring it out. So, but anyway, that's really cool.
And if I'm smart, I will remember to put a link to Hattrick at hillbillyfx.com.
Oh, see?
In case you want to check any of these books out for yourself. Now, he didn't just have wooden stuff like magnets and Ferry Doors and books and everything. He did have a fun little Slinky-esque toy.
It's called Flow Rings. And so you get it out, and it kind of looks like a magic trick, because you kind of... Our table, I think our table's too... It was cool because he had it on a card table, and he could hit the table and it popped up, but...
What's gonna happen?
There we go! Woo! Sorry, our table like this thick. So, but he would hit it, and the solid rings would pop up into this thing. And the cool thing about this one is you kind of jiggle it down, flatten it back down into these rings, and then you can like put it on your arm and have some fun with it. Oh, my chainmail stopped it.
I was pretty sure that she was going to be doing this all day long. I'm surprised I didn't turn around every time we were walking and see her playing with this.
I didn't want to lose it or like run into somebody and bend it or whatever, but it's kind of cool. Whoop!
Just kind of a fun little novelty thing.
Yeah. And it's kind of neat. It's kind of pretty on its own, so it's kind of one of those things you can like kind of set it out as like a conversation piece, and people are like, "What's that?" And you're like, "Oh, well, check it out. Look what I can do." Woo! So yeah. Anyway.
Now, something that we saw a lot of there were prints, art prints.
Yes.
Original artists, a lot of people doing like graphic art and everything, and we did pick up a few. Now, our little one, she picked out a couple of her own, so she got a Star Wars The Force Awakens poster, and I really like that actually, the little snowy forest duel going on there. And I think what we'll do is we'll try to kind of slideshow these at the end too, and try to let you get a better look. She also picked out Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and that's kind of
I think that was her favorite book.
I think so. That's kind of a wicked
I know, I really
design
like that one.
with the snakes, maybe the basilisk, I guess.
Yeah.
But then
the
phoenix and the sword of Gryffindor all in there.
Being a Gryffindor, I'm sure that was probably why.
And oh boy, so many other prints that we got. So this was a fun digital one we got.
I absolutely love this one because it's so fitting. You know those two would totally do this.
Link and Prince Sidon getting a selfie with a little. I want to just call them Makar. What are they called though?
Koroks.
Yes, I just keep.
I know you said something else, and then it made me forget what it is. And then you got where the cooking down here. There's a lot of Breath of the Wild going on in here.
So that was just a fun one.
Yes.
That one was for us. Another one for our kiddo. It was a pretty wicked looking Sheik. Definitely feeling that ninja vibe in this one.
It was funny when she picked that out. He goes, "Oh, good, because when you're tired of that one, I'll take it."
Of course, another one I think I would take, and this was her choice again. A fantastic Steven Universe piece here with Steven and Connie watching some Titans do some battle, some fusion Titans in the background.
Now these are art drawn from an artist. I mean, we bought prints of them, but they are real, honest to goodness drawings from artists. This is one I picked out.
And it's a nice choice.
It's very fun. It's, all the different kinds of Jokers, and you got Joker hanging up all of his different little iterations of himself.
Doesn't that look great?
I know, you got
That's
the Jack
fun.
Nicholson one, the one from the 60s, the cartoon, you've got, Heath Ledger's Joker,
You've
and
got
then
the comic one with
Joker.
his cut his face off and then staple it back on.
Because that's a great idea.
Something that this booth also had were these they were almost like pin-up pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And what they would do is they would take the handheld systems and use a male model for them. So here you have the Game Gear, and it's really cool because they integrate a lot of the color schemes from the handheld into the picture
and
itself.
a lot of the different features from the handheld would be part of their suits or their outfits.
And again, there's going to be a slideshow at the end, so if you want to get a better look, I don't even know how well you can see these now.
Yeah.
One that was super creative was for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, this one was probably my favorite of all of them, because you've got, male and female, since it's a handheld and a controller.
Because the handhelds were the guys, and then the
controllers were the
controllers were the girls.
But you can see on the male, the majority of his hair is orange for the Joy-Con and a little bit of blue. And for the female, the majority of her hair is blue, and then you can see a little bit of the red in there. Their eyes are actually orange and red. And then my favorite is the puppy, because everyone called the controller thingy the puppy dog, because it looked like a puppy when you put the Joy-Cons in there. So that one's definitely my favorite.
These are going to look great in the game room.
Yes, they are.
This
we'll
was
have to do an updated game room.
Very clever one for the Wii U. We really liked the way that she looked. Again, incorporating the colors from the gamepad. Something she really liked.
My favorite is the chest area is the view screen. It's all the Miiverse on there, and you can see the plaza and everything. But yeah.
And probably my favorite out of all of these was keeping it as old school as you can be with the Atari girl.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with the joystick. But the color scheme is really cool.
Yeah, and you can, the dots and everything. I mean, they just did a great job.
Red into orange that even matches her hair.
Red hair and everything.
Kind of a sucker for red hair.
Lucky for me.
I believe her favorite.
Yes, I don't, and I didn't play a whole lot of Dreamcast, but there's just something about, I just love her blue hair and her blue lipstick, and it's all pigtaily and it's cute, because that was just the kind of era that the Dreamcast was in, was just that kind of fun era, with, and you've got just the different color schemes and the buttons and everything. Yeah, I
the Dreamcast swirl on her back, and then the netting window to kind of represent the VMU window.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Yeah, loved that.
And not that they were actually prints, but we got to meet a mermaid.
We did. We had our picture taken with a mermaid.
We had some posters.
Yeah, and she was like, "Do you guys want some posters? They're free." And we're like, "Totally."
Hey, yeah, anything at a convention that's free, you might as well take it.
But she looked cool anyway. She was fun. She was telling us that she got to take her job in the summertime is go to Bermuda and Aruba, and the hotels and stuff would hire her, and she would sit at the pool and play with the children, so the parents could go out and do things, and that's her summer job.
Yeah, how terrible is that?
Yeah.
Imagine being paid to go to Bermuda.
And play with kids, and she was good.
She was really good. She was so nice. And apart from seeing how great she looked, my favorite thing was honestly watching her interact with the kids. All of the little kids would want to come up and touch her tail, and they'd, kind of pet it,
and she'd go, "Oh, that tickles!" And she would even be in mid-conversation with someone, and if the little kid interacted with her tail, she would immediately react to it. Like, sometimes they would dump water on it, and she'd go, "Oh, thank you so much," or they tickle, and she'd go, "Oh, that tickles," and it's like, how I can't double taps like that like you were. I mean, she was just great. And I was telling him there was one time that was really funny. This little boy comes running up to her, gives her this hug. He was probably about 3 or 4, and he's poking her tail and everything, and she's talking to him and having a good time, and he just reaches up and honks her boobs. And she doesn't skip a beat. She doesn't go, "Oh my goodness." She just keeps talking to him, pulls him up in her lap for, you know, a picture and everything. Like, doesn't even acknowledge it. And I was like, wow, that's some professionalism right there. But I just thought it was so funny. Because she had, you know, seashell chest on, and, or not chest, but bra on. And I think he wanted to...
I don't know. They look like D shells to me.
But I think he just wanted to see if they were hard shells or whatever. But it was just funny to see him going like this. But anyway...
So, yeah, those were the really cool prints that we got. And again, I'm really excited to put those up in the game room.
We got some other prints, but it's kind of maybe spoilers, depends on
yeah,
when the
I hope
video
not.
goes up.
We've got our Dream Team buddies, the ones that were in for the, you know, the everybody in pickup.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get them something really cool. And we were actually having the hardest time finding stuff based on what they liked. One group... her favorite Harry Potter character was Hermione. His favorite Star Wars character was young Obi-Wan.
Yes.
And believe it or not, amidst all this nerd stuff, there was like no Hermione and no Obi-Wan love. No old or young Obi-Wan love. I mean, we just could not find anything. So we had an artist do an original picture.
Yeah.
And check it out. It's young Obi-Wan.
And since they're married.
Hello there.
We basically made Obi-Wan and Hermione be them and be, you know, in a kind of love embrace kind of a thing.
And it's a very good thing he liked younger Obi-Wan, because if it were older Obi-Wan...
yeah, it would have been kind of creepy. Be like, thanks, Gramps. Stop touching my back.
And then for the other picture, for that group, their favorites were Zelda, the game series, but specifically the original on NES, as well as Pokemon, and specifically Eevee.
So we had them commission Link petting Eevee. We thought, how, you know, kind of neat is that? So the nice, you know, we were able to get some souvenirs for our friends because they weren't able to go. But it's also original art. No one has these. We didn't pick this. Like, this is unlike the print. This is drawn. This is colored in. She didn't make a copy of this stuff. Yeah, you can see. And so this is 100% original art that we got for our friends.
And I want to say that these make a great couple, Hermione and Obi-Wan. And
this works.
Classic Link with that hairstyle that he would have from the NES Zelda, it goes so well with the ears of Eevee. I mean,
I really feel like he would be petting him. And now if this were Breath of the Wild Link, he would be killing Eevee and cooking her or him.
So here's hoping that by the time this video goes up,
we've already given it to
managed to give these to them, and we didn't just spoil. Yeah, act surprised, guys.
Yeah. So the other thing is, there's a Chainmail Mandolin chainmail. I absolutely love her. Every time I go to the Kansas City Ren Fair, I visit her booth. She goes to a lot of conventions and whatnot, so I had to pick up some stuff from her. And so I got this lovely little chainmail snowflake bracelet here. It's one of those ring bracelet things, but it's actually...
Hold it still, just a little bit.
Well, I was trying to show them, you know, like, you know, it moves around, but it's actually really, really comfortable. This is rubber band, but so that, you know, you can fit whatever finger you want, but it's really, really comfortable, and I absolutely love it. And then this one, I call it my little dragon tail, but it's just some scale mail here, and it's just this real big long bracelet that he hates. I don't think he likes it very well because I can't put it on
to put on
because there's two clasps. One clasp goes on the inside, then the other one comes on the outside, so that it makes a nice solid all the way around, and you can make it whatever length you want. But I can't put it on myself, so he has to put it on for me.
Closer look at that. Yeah.
But I just love the brushed nickel and then the purple. She had these in a bunch of other different colors and everything.
But this is a great chance for you guys to get kind of a closer look at, you know, the craft of chainmail, because it's not just all your chainmail shirts, you know, or hoods or anything.
No, she does amazing things. She does ties. She does, they're not...
Oh,
they're
ties.
Not bras.
She does ties out of the scale mail.
That look just like
and
this.
they look fantastic. I tell you what, guys, you need to check her out. Look for the ties, because if you see one of those, if you get one of those, you stroll into a meeting, you are going to command that room. I mean, no one is going to give you any crap. They're going to be like, well, this guy just walked in here wearing a chainmail tie. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to listen to everything he says, because otherwise he's going to pull out a sword and slice my head off.
But she does she does commission work. She does a bunch of other fun stuff. I actually commissioned from her scale mail one of these bracelets, so it's going to be a triangle like this, but it's fall color, so it's different oranges and reds and golds. And she does dice bags that, you know, for bags of holding for gamers, or Ren fairs if you want, you know, a goodie chainmail bags. She does, they're not necessarily bras, but they kind of look like like it would go over your shirt, but it kind of looks like a bra kind of a thing. And she does full on kind of suits of armor. She did a Wonder Woman armor, which we got a picture of one of her showing.
Yeah, take a close look at the VisionCon video that we put up, because you'll get to see a cosplayer who had various articles on. You know, she's rocking a Wonder Woman outfit. She's got a Lady Bowser outfit.
Her Lady
that
Bowser was
great.
awesome.
And I also really liked her Emma Frost outfit
her Warrior
that she had
Emma Frost.
on. So take a closer look at those two.
And then they had some celebrities there, and if you can tell from the shirt, if you recognize this, if you're a kid of the 90s, Starship Troopers, Casper Van Dien was their kind of headliner guy that was there. That's why he's killing a bug on my shirt. And of course, you know, my dad got me watching that when I was a little kid over and over and over again. He loved the books, he loved the movie. So I watched that. So it's kind of like it was a nice little connection with that. So I went and I got an autograph and a picture with Casper Van Dien.
She's been welcomed to the Roughnecks.
I was welcomed to the Roughnecks.
And just real quick, I want to say this. This guy could not have been nicer.
Oh my gosh,
he was incredible. We got to watch a fantastic Q&A with him, and he was so nice, so personable. He had fantastically funny stories to share. And I mean, it was just such a treat to be able to interact with him, because even when he was at his table and guests got to come up and meet him, he was so ridiculously nice to him.
And he would talk to you, and you didn't even if you didn't buy an autograph or a picture, he was willing to just sit there and chit chat with you, which was great. Not a lot of the people at some of the other conventions, I guess they think they're too big for their britches. But it's like, if you're not buying something, an autograph or whatever, you know, go somewhere else.
And I mean, I know that Casper spends a lot of time on YouTube watching videos and checking us out all the time. So Casper, I just want to say directly to you, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being a human being and kind.
You really made this VisionCon a treat. This was our first VisionCon, and getting to meet you, seeing what a nice guy that you are and everything, as well as everything else. I mean, it was so much fun. And I just really appreciate it. I can't say enough nice things about you, because you absolutely floored me with how kind-hearted you were. And I never thought otherwise of you, but it's just really cool to see a celebrity be that nice.
Yeah, he's also on the front of their little VisionCon thingy.
But that's not the only autograph she got.
One thing I was going to also point out with him, I've noticed a lot of times when celebrities will do the photo ops, when you pay for that selfies, they'll, you know, it's one selfie and that's it. What did he give me, like 4 or 5?
Oh yeah,
he was like,
he just kept
goes, hang on,
with it.
let's do this. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, let's do this. And so I was like, all right, yeah, this is great. I'm getting my money's worth. But anyway, I also got to meet Keegan from Once Upon a Time, and I believe now she's on The Magicians. But she's the Blue Fairy, and I absolutely love her. She's one of my favorite characters on Once Upon a Time as the Blue Fairy. I love Blue Fairy or Mother Superior when she's in the real world. She was also, we both really liked her character in one of the Final Destination movies.
Was it Final Destination 2?
I think it's the second one.
Was she the one trapped with the seatbelt?
She was the one trapped with the seatbelt where the thing came through the back of the seat, and she just missed it. And because you know it's the whole misdirection thing. You're like, oh my god, that was gonna kill her. Oh, it didn't kill her. You know, but then like, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, the stupid jaws of life smacks the car, and the thing blows, the airbag blows in her face and kills her. I felt so bad for her.
But she was really nice too.
She was too.
We unfortunately missed her Q&A, which
I was really bummed about that. But we got our times. When I looked at the schedule, I got the time screwed up, and so that was all my fault.
But just like Casper, I mean, it really seemed like she was taking her time with all of her fans there. Just like Lacey said, even if you weren't buying anything or asking to pose for pictures, she was all too happy just to talk to you. And so her, you know, Keegan, Casper, both of you guys, you were really incredibly nice, along with the cosplayers that were there. And we
got to meet a really fun cosplayer.
Yeah, everyone was just really nice.
Kit something.
So
Connor, I think, or something
kind of
like
on that note, you know, going to VisionCon, it wasn't about all of the stuff that you could get and everything, which obviously that was a bonus. or her more.
Yeah.
But the people there, the celebrities that were there, the people working the booths, everyone was so
they had
nice.
some fun panels. They had a bunch of fun panels.
If you've never been to VisionCon, I highly recommend it because everybody was so nice. They treated you so politely, you know, even in the booths, just like the celebrities. They were just as nice as the celebrities. Even in the booths, if you weren't buying anything, they were just happy to talk with you and everything, tell you how they were doing their artwork, their sculpting and everything, their costumes, whatever they had. Everyone was so nice, willing to talk to you, and it was just a lot of fun.
You know, some of the fun things, like there was a cosplayer there, just a normal person, like not a celebrity cosplayer, but a regular cosplayer who had dressed up as the Blue Fairy, and Keegan actually went in and took a bunch of pictures with her. So I thought that was kind of neat, you know, because that's her character and everything. I would have been too afraid. I've been like, did I do okay on my costume? And another fun little fact about Casper is they had a panel where you pay $50 and you got this kit to make the vesty things from Starship Troopers. And so it was a 3-day workshop, and I believe it was the last day. When everyone had their stuff all done, because it took 3 days to build them, Casper surprised everybody, and he walked into the room and was admiring everybody's stuff and commenting on everybody's builds, and everyone was freaking out. We got to watch the video because we had talked to the guy who was running the thing, and he even did a big photo op with everybody in their costumes, and then he went around and he didn't charge anybody either. He signed all of their pieces that they had made. So I thought that was really neat. He didn't have to do that, and he went and did that. And I was like, now that's a celebrity you like, and that's a celebrity you want to follow, because they're down to earth. They understand that, you know, us nerds or us public are the reason that they are where they are, and so, you know, they appreciate that.
So, all right, I think that's just about all. We have something else, but we're going to do that in a separate video.
Yes.
So again, stay tuned for a little slideshow to get a closer look at some of these pictures and Lego figs and everything, and maybe some of the other stuff I've probably already forgotten. But otherwise, if you like this video, definitely like. If you've ever been to VisionCon, are thinking about going to it, have been to any other convention, comment, let us know.
Yes.
Tell us your stories. We'd love to hear those too. And subscribe if you haven't.
We're on Facebook and Instagram, so we'll definitely get some of these pictures and some close-ups of some of the cosplayers on our Instagram and our Facebook pages, so you can see some of the fun costumes that we saw and everything. So we will see you guys later, nerdlings.
Art show, go!
Woo!